So what's on my wargaming table for the month of July 2015 here at Auckland? Let's go inside and take a look. And first up we have Powers of Glory. Patrick and I started our game last night, campaign game, and we got through to turn 7. And here's a quick rundown of where we are at. On the victory point table, it stands at 10. Patrick is playing the Allies, I'm playing the Central Powers. And taking a look at the Western Front, it hasn't gone very historically there. I have been pushed back into Germany slightly. Not so much pushback, I adopted a strategy there of just holding my ground rather than advancing on the Western Front and focusing on the Eastern Front, which we'll get to in one moment. So the French have pushed up into Verdun and Nancy, and they've made numerous attacks to try and capture the fort of Strasbourg, but they've been repelled 3 or 4 times, and it's been quite heavy attrition for both sides. They outnumber me along that front, but I'm reasonably confident at the moment that I can hold my own with the German armies I have there at the moment to focus elsewhere. But I'll have to watch it. Italy haven't come into the war yet. Moving over to the Eastern Front, this has been a lot more interesting. And over here, this is where I've focused my energies. And as you can see, at the northern end of the Eastern Front, I've taken Königsberg and Riga and pushed quite substantially into Russia. And further down, I've rebuilt the Austro-Hungarians, which took a pounding, and used some German armies to support them as well, but I haven't pushed too far in down here. And Patrick's managed to get some reinforcements on, and quite a powerful set here of the 12th, 4th and 5th Russian armies at full strength. So that's quite a powerful little force that I'll have to deal with. But otherwise he's thin on the ground. He's got some strong armies up here as well, 3 in there as well, but they're quite concentrated, so they could be quite deadly if I'm not careful. So I was making some good headway there, but these 2 powerful forces will be something for me to contend with, and also he's got more reinforcements coming. So the Eastern Front has was going reasonably well for me, but we'll see how that goes now. The main concern for me, I think, is the Near East, where the Allies have brought a Russian Caucasus army in there, and they are poised to sweep down, cut off my core, and take over the Near East. And this is where I lost my last game of Powers of Glory, in the Near East. I'm inexperienced at handling that, and I need to look at that and see how I can stabilize that front. So that's the situation there. And taking a quick look at Serbia, the 2 Serbian armies caused me some problems early on, but I've managed to get some Austro-Hungarian reinforcements in there and rebuild some armies, so they should be not too much of a threat. And that's pretty much it, and we are both at limited war, yeah, and that's Powers of Glory. And the other thing I have on the table at the moment is Empire of the Sun, and I've just set up the campaign game and played through the comprehensive example of play that comes in the rulebook, and that covered 2 turns of the campaign game in here somewhere. And so essentially after those 2 turns, the South Pacific looks very much like this, and I imagine to the untrained eye that won't mean much. but the Japanese have made a number of attacks throughout the South Pacific and Asia, and made headway. The US Marines managed to repel an attack on Wake Island after a sortie from Kwajalein, and the American Navy has regrouped in Hawaii after the attack on Pearl Harbor, and Force Z has been destroyed. So it's early days for me with Empire of the Sun. I've just played that example of play, and I've got to start getting in and learning the rules for this game, and it certainly is a lot more complex than Paths of Glory, which, despite its age, is turning out to be a really fast playing, or reasonably fast playing, and easy to assimilate set of rules. So that's what's on the table here at Auckland in July 2005, heading into August.